I'm calling this meeting to order. May 26, Tuesday. Board of Mayor and Commissioners. Ms. Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Seals?
Here.
Commissioner Plump?
Here.
I have not seen Commissioner Moden. Commissioner Murphy?
Here.
Mayor?
Here.
City Clerk's present. Police?
Here.
Fire?
Here.
Public Works?
Here.
City Attorney?
Here.
Would you join me in standing for a moment of silent prayer? Be seated. First order of business is department head brief comments, slant reports. First up, our city clerk, Ms. Clark.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Let's see. Last couple of weeks, I had special projects that I was working on. Actually, it was the week before. And some sidewalk issues that we're trying to work on right now. And last week, I did go to the International Clerks meeting in Hartford, and it was a very good meeting. I enjoyed it. It had a lot of classes on leadership, and got an opportunity to meet with a lot of different clerks from all over the United States and internationally.
You bring home some good ideas,
I hope
improved
so.
efficiencies and budget savings, right?
Right.
Good. Let's put them all in place. Any comments or questions for the clerk? Ward 1,
No question.
2,
Yes, sir.
4?
None.
Thank you, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you.
Police, Chief Reed.
Please be careful.
Afternoon to the council and to the citizens. This past couple of weeks, we've had several meetings with assistant chiefs and department heads. Also, myself and the assistant chiefs and the mayor had several meetings with U.S. attorneys and federal agents in Oxford, which I'm sure the mayor will speak on that and kind of elaborate. It's for some funding and community programs coming up in Clarksdale. Also, myself and the assistant chiefs had meetings by phone and also a personal meeting with MHP commanders, and we appreciate them for coming over and helping us. In the last couple of weeks, we made 104 arrests. We also made multiple felony arrests, which include 4 homicides. We charged 3 people with Catholic homicide, then we solved an old homicide that happened on Barney Street. We charged Roy Lee Gardner Jr. with homicide and also shooting into the dwelling. We also charged 2 subjects with robbery and 1 charge of aggravated assault that occurred on Madison Street. Officers answered approximately 848 calls for service, was generated 151 incident reports. Over the weekend, I tallied some of the numbers. Just on our side, the details that were run, we averaged about 50 arrests. I don't have the justice court numbers on the others, but I'll have them possibly for the next board meeting.
Thank you. Questions, Ward 1?
No question.
Ward 2?
Good job,
Give
Chief.
my agenda, get my agenda for my agenda, get my agenda for me, please.
Okay, I've got
You the mayor's
the
secretary?
deputy clerk.
Oh, what's up with that? Get my agenda.
No, it's in our office, you know.
Gonna make a
It's in
copy.
his box, so my deputy's gonna go upstairs and get it.
I'll see.
Sorry.
Ward 4?
Yeah, Chief, we were able to take some guns and drugs off the streets with the additional help that we had over the weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Fire Department?
Mayor, what about me, Ward 3?
I said Ward 3, and I think you were interrupting the meeting by talking over me, so you missed your chance.
Well, I mean,
Fire
should you have
Department.
respect for me as far as to say, okay, Commissioner, we getting back with you now?
You should have respect for the people on this board by getting here on time with your agenda in hand and not demanding my assistant to
Thank
get
you,
your
Mayor,
agenda
thank you,
because
no
she
problem,
works for
thank you,
me.
Mayor, thank you,
Thank
no
you.
problem, no problem.
Fire, go ahead.
I can't follow up anywhere near what the police department did the last 2 weeks. I know they've been busy, but fire have been real busy too. We've been doing our spring maintenance, spring cleaning. We're testing all our plugs, got around 800 we've got to get done. Has personnel issues I've dealt with the personnel director and the city attorney. Here today to try to hire another man. Things are going real well. The guys are into the cleaning mode and maintenance mode, so we're staying busy.
Thank you. By the way, Captain Birdsong spoke at one of the civic clubs and did a good job the other day. I want to compliment you on that. Ward 1, questions?
Just keep the good work up. Y'all got to see. I do want to say I do appreciate all the work that you're doing and the fire department's doing with helping with the city auditorium. I know we need to give him a big thanks because I know y'all over there painting right now, which is saving the city a lot of money. So just tell your guys, we do appreciate the work that they're helping over at the city auditorium, getting it up.
Well, I appreciate it too. Those guys have really bought into, that, the mindset's got to change for things to get better for us, and they're doing everything they can, to help out on that.
Well, like I said, I seen the assistant chief on Memorial Day mowing the grass over at the auditorium. So like I said, I want to say thank you to the fire department for the work y'all doing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ward 2,
Same here, over. Thanks for everything.
Ward 3.
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to ask the chief, do we have any city personnel working for the city of Clarksdale? And at the same time they are working for the city of Clarksdale, do they actually take a bus and they tour them around the city to show them that this is happening here in the city of Clarksdale and that's happening in the city of Clarksdale, and they still get paid here in the city of Clarksdale? Do we have any personnel doing that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let me refresh in your mind. Do we have a person by the name of,
If you got a problem with my personnel, you come to my office and we'll discuss it.
hold up.
I'm not discussing personnel in public.
Okay,
Simple
well,
as that. I'm not discussing it.
But hold up.
I'm not discussing it. Don't bring it up.
You don't have to discuss
Don't
it.
go no further.
But let me ask you the
Don't go any
question.
further with it.
I'm not, you don't have to discuss it, but let
Don't
me
ask
ask
me
you.
anything.
Man, I'm
Don't
asking
ask me
a
anything
question.
about personnel.
Yeah, I ain't even got to discuss it, but I'm asking a question.
Just drop it.
That was
I'm not
a,
going any further with personnel.
that was about a week ago that we have a personnel person who is touring the people who come here in the city of Clarksdale while he's working to show them that this is historical, that's historical, this is historical, that's historical, and yet he's on your payroll, and you are telling me that you don't want to discuss that with me now, you don't know anything
I
about
just
it?
told you, you come to my office, we'll talk about it.
So there's nothing you know about
I
it?
just told you we'll talk
Okay,
about it.
that's fine, Chief, fine.
Been
Thank you,
asked,
thank you,
I've
thank you,
answered
thank you,
several
thank you,
times.
thank you, thank you, Chief.
We'll
That's
move
fine,
on.
I'm moving on, man, move on, let's move
Ward
on.
four.
If he gonna move on, let's move on.
Yes, sir.
No question, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Mr. Jones, Public Works.
Afternoon, everybody. Last 2 weeks, worked on several drainage issues, cut 6 trees, done a good bit of curb and gutter work. Had 3 storm line collapses that we're working on right now. Wrote 25 permits.
Questions, comments, Ward 1?
Yes, I got a question. Todd, I've been meaning to get with you. Last year, didn't we buy a new striping machine to stripe the roads and stuff? Okay, now, you got these guys doing other jobs right now, or is that additional duties job on that?
Well, I mean, the guys that does that, they do a number of things. They cut grass, spray grass, whatever I needed to do.
Okay, well, I know the priority right now is trying to keep all the grass down, but I need to get with you because we got several intersections of streets that needs that
I
done.
discussed that with the neighbor this morning.
And also, which I'm gonna give with the city clerk, I watched a video last week of an auger. I know right now, we're hiring out somebody to grind a stump, but it goes on the back of a tractor. It's like an auger, and trims the trees, the stump in like 10, 15 minutes or less than that. So I want to get with you offline and show you that video. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Ward 2?
No, just speaking of striping, I think we could show a little emphasis on downtown also, getting those parking spaces striped, and I think that would really dress it up a good bit. So just whenever we have time, thank you.
3?
Yes, Tom, if this city board ever change its direction with new people, we need to include you in there because I believe you are doing a great job in the city of Clarksdale, and you would be ever mentioned and remembered here in the city of Clarksdale. Thank you.
Ward 4?
Yes, sir, thank you, Mayor. Todd, do you have any idea when the Public Works Department might overlay that portion of North Cove, the beginning of North Cove, which has started cracking up?
You talking about overlay with pavement?
Right.
The overlay, and we're gonna have to get a bond issue to do something like that. I mean, you talking about what we looked at?
Oh, yes,
I mean, we can patch that.
you can patch
We
that.
can patch that. I'm gonna probably have to put concrete in there because I can't get my hands on any asphalt, so probably just gonna have to go back with some concrete.
Concrete might work even better.
Yeah, well, see, that drain through there is concrete anyway, so we'll just put back concrete.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. I have a couple of questions of you. Mr. Jones, we talked about that bad hole slant bump at the bottom of Cutre Hill that was caused when that water main burst about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and that's on your agenda, is it not? So probably have to fill it with concrete now because hot mix is unavailable. Right. And I made it known to you this morning, and I want to publicly state while you're there, that a good constituent named Pete Johnson has offered to personally pay for someone to come in and help with curb and street work, at least painting of dividers for parking as well as yellow curbing where it's needed at his own cost. And he's to contact you. The worker has contacted me and I've given him your number, so be expecting that call. Now, some time ago, I think last year, after we saw that the striping machine did not apply a paint that held up very well, even though you assured me that was good quality paint at that time, it just didn't last. I asked you to look into getting that thicker material that we see often on state highways and get with the city engineer. Have you had a chance to do that? And if so, what did you learn?
We did discuss it one time. He had, he called it something, I can't recall what he called it, but it's supposed to be, you know, real thick stuff that's supposed to hold up. I don't know. I mean,
Will you get back with Mr. Corley and y'all come back at the next meeting with a report on that and let's look at the worst areas? That stuff does hold up if it stays in position. I noticed some around town on the highways has gotten out of where it needs to be, but it looks like it holds up
I believe it'd
considerably
be better
longer.
in the higher traffic areas.
Right, yeah. If you don't mind, if you do that. Thank you very much.
All right.
City Attorney?
Good afternoon. It's been busy last couple of weeks on various litigation matters, most of all, our annexation, voting rights, and then some other litigation. We've had several police, personnel, fire, and public works issues, mostly in those departments.
Comments, questions? Ward 1,
No question.
2,
No, sir.
3?
Yes, you mentioned there's been allegations toward the police department or something?
No, just some personnel matters.
Personnel matters. Okay. Thank you.
4?
No question, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Foster.
Yes.
Commissioner comments? Ward 1?
Yes, I'd like to again thank the police chief. I think Memorial Day was very good. I don't think we had no major accidents or incidents in the city. I just want to thank the police department for doing an outstanding job, and also the state highway patrol that's coming in here. I know they're supposed to be here all summer to help us. And again, the fire department, all the department heads seem like they're doing a great job right now, and they all staying within their budget because we couldn't have to start working on that. So I appreciate all that hard work.
Thank you. Ward 2.
I would just like to thank the police department for everything that happened this weekend, and keep up the good work.
Ward 3.
Yes, Mayor. To the board of mayor and commissioner. I, Commissioner Buster Moten, had the opportunity to look at these new video cams that the police officer have when they make an arrest or when they come and make a stop. People, I'm telling you, do not trust this particular cam that they have on their head. And the reason why I'm saying this particular situation there, and looking at what they have and what they do, the video is turned on. Once the video is turned on, then 30 seconds or a minute later that's when you hear the voice as far as what's happening in a arrest. Now, technology here is far advanced as far as saying when you turn the video on, you're supposed to get a sound. But they are trying to tell the commissioner, both Commissioner Sears and I, you can't get a sound until 30 minutes later or a minute later, which could very well be because of arrests that happening here in the city of Clarksdale. People, do not trust those video cams. Your sons and your daughters are still not safe here in the city of Clarksdale with that. And let me say this to you as well. I received 3 calls. 2 from black couples as well as 1 from white couples. They was invited to our mayor home here in the city of Clarksdale. And they was invited, and when they was invited, they was told to come here. They ate, they drank, and they was married. And our mayor secretary came up and said, what can we do to cause, or what can we do to get rid of the racial tensions, the racial violence, the racial situation that exists here in the city of Clarksdale?
Are you
Well, now, wait a minute now. Don't scratch that for a minute now, attorney. He interrupted me. I ain't interrupted him or nothing now.
5.
What can we do? The thing that we could do with what they told me, this is their response. How can the mayor have something like that in this house when the mayor, number one, had the city commissioner arrested when it was dealing with a situation to whereas he's initiating the arrest. You know, number 2, he just had 3 African American black people removed from the CPU board.
Yep.
And he's talking about, you know, what can we do to pull the black people and the white people together here in the city of Clarksdale, when my wife, along with me, along with Deacon Brown here in the city of Clarksdale, we told him, man, look, we are with you if you're going to be for us right. But our mayor was not right with this situation. Our mayor was hating black people right, left, and right here in the city of Clarksdale, which caused the racial tension, the racial violence here in the city of Clarksdale that exists here. So my thing to the mayor is that, Mayor, you never should have had that at your house, even though you had your secretary, your lovely secretary over that way, bringing up the information as far as what can we do and what we all about to get every racial violence, racial tension occurred here in the city of Clarksdale there. She was up there speaking for you, but you had nothing to say, but you were supplying drinks and food for them at your house and everything. And you know what these people, the 2 blacks couple and the 1 white couple said? Get rid of the mayor here in the city of Clarksdale because he ain't what's right here in the city of Clarksdale. Thank you.
Ward 4.
Thank you, Mayor. 2 years ago, there was a water leak in the 1700 block of Sycamore Street. a CPU water crew came along and repaired the leak. Now, to fix the leak, they had to go underneath a concrete driveway in front of 1726 Sycamore. After fixing the leak, about 3 weeks later, the Public Works Department came out and put limestone in the section of the concrete driveway which had been removed. The resident would like for the city to fix that driveway back the way it was before the water leak was repaired. And I think I've already talked with Todd before about this.
Yeah, I had that brought to my attention, and the resident, however, stated, if I recall it correctly, I'm pretty sure I do, that it was gas line was being installed.
A gas line?
Gas line. Now, we'll track it down. In fact, we've taken some action on that as late as this afternoon and this morning. So,
Okay.
yeah, I have an email addressing that, and I've copied Public Works, and Dixon is nodding yes. She's been assisting me lining up the right people for the repair.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sensitive to it. Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Community comments?
Okay.
Here I am,
No, sir, you're not going to be allowed to comment.
but I'm on the agenda, right?
No, sir.
Well, hold
Anyone
on.
on the agenda?
How you gonna
Yeah,
validate my
wait,
person?
Mr. Gardner, hold up. Mayor, this man is saying he's on the agenda. Why is he on the agenda? Did you come down and sign,
Yes, sir, I did last Thursday.
Captain Clark, did he come down and sign?
Wait,
And ask her why I'm not on the agenda, ask her why.
You don't have permission to speak, Commissioner Moten.
Why I'm not on the
I'll
agenda?
tell you why you're not on the
Because you
agenda.
KKK?
Those comments aren't allowed in these meetings either, and that's part of the reason why you're not allowed on the
No,
agenda.
okay.
Because you have demonstrated multiple times.
You have
And
demonstrated that
just a
you
minute,
racist.
sir, if you interrupt me again, I have the honor and the duty to require strict decorum in these meetings. And if you interrupt the decorum again, you know the drill. You can protest with your fists, that's fine. We're all about free speech, but not about interruptions, and free speech
free
doesn't
speech.
apply everywhere, every time, every speech. You're not on the agenda, sir, for multiple reasons. Several times you have put one topic on the agenda and you have not discussed that topic. Other times you have made impertinent and slanderous comments to members, individual members of this board, which are not permitted. And other times you have been told 5 minutes was up and you have decided to just run past the time limit, talking and cursing and making other remarks as you've been escorted from this room. So you are not on the agenda, sir. Thank you. Ms. L, same for you, although your topic of discussion was not even pertinent to city business when you applied to get on this agenda. This is not a place to come in and call names, make threats.
meetings, that's what it is.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
No, I didn't hear you, but I don't want to hear you. I don't need to hear you. So neither one of you are on the agenda. If you want to stay for the meeting, you need to sit down and be quiet. Otherwise, you'll be
Let's
asked to
go.
leave.
Mayor, may I respond to that?
No, sir.
Let's go.
What, Mayor,
No, sir. This floor is not open for discussion on this topic.
Wow, Mayor, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now,
New
next
business.
business.
Audrey Womble.
Mr. Wamble. Ms. Wamble, excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Come on around, please, if you don't mind, and take the podium. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, you have the floor.
Yes, I had a petition drawn up for West Tallahatchie Street from 13th Street to 19th Street, be renamed to Reuben Smith Street. And there was only one house on that street, and it was Johnny Brown, Mrs. Johnny Brown, and she signed it. And the others are just influential signatures.
Fine, and we have that before us, and thank you for submitting this, and we've looked into it. Our attorney has city attorney's looked into it as well, and all it'll take is an approval by this board, and we will take care of that.
I'd like
Any
to-
further comment?
I'd like to make a motion for the attorney to do a new ordinance in order to change the West Tallahatchie Street to Reuben Smith and bring it back to the board next board meeting.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, ma'am, to take care of what you are
Question,
requesting.
Mayor, should have been a question there before that.
Mr. Moten, I'm running the meeting, you're to sit quietly by.
Okay, absolutely, y'all suppose, y'all saw, all sitting here, y'all saw.
Any more remarks like that, you're gonna be removed, I'm telling you right
No
now.
problem, I'm sitting here, I'm not doing anything, Mayor.
You're opening your loud mouth way too often, is what you're doing here. And I've given the opportunity, once there's been a motion and a second, for anybody with comments, questions, or discussions to speak, and that's where we are. So right now, if you have any comments or questions, Commissioner Moten, you may ask them or speak.
Well, man, that's all you had to do.
That's what I always do.
I was just
You have to-
reminding you of that.
I don't need reminding, I run enough meetings.
I understand.
I don't need reminding.
Okay, I understand, I understand. Mayor, my thing is that our hearts in the Round Yard community is for Reuben Smith. We are looking at West Tallahatchie Street. Mayor, let me ask you this. What about his street, his own street there from, on 16th Street there? Our heart would go out more better for 16th Street for him to
That's
be there.
not the-
Even
not
if
the
it's,
issue.
but man, let me finish speaking then, since you say I got the flow. You know, even though, we are saying Tallahatchie Street, and we are with that. But beyond that, he lives on 16th Street. And I, from my heart and everybody's heart, would love very much for it to be on 16th Street. But now, if it can't be on 16th Street, then, hey, I'm with West Tallahatchie Street there. But my thing is, my heart goes out with him and the community goes out with him as far as being 16th Street. But if it have to go to West Tallahatchie Street, then our heart will go out to him and for him as far as West Tallahatchie Street, man. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, the issue under consideration is on Tallahatchie, ma'am, and thank you for bringing that up. So any more comments or questions? Mr. Siegel?
Yes. Ms. Rumble, is Tallahatchie Street the street that your group want to rename in honor of
Yes,
Reuben Smith?
that was discussed with his will.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. All right, now there's been a motion, and just hold on if you don't mind. Been a motion, been a second, discussions has ensued. I'm now calling the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Carried unanimously. The city attorney will draft a proper ordinance to have it brought before the board to be formalized, and thank you for bringing that to our attention and for your consideration for Reuben Smith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Very nice.
Next.
Diane Mitchell.
Mr. Southern? Yeah, all right, you've got a replacement, Ms. Mitchell. I see you did properly apply on the agenda, and thank you. Why don't you tell everyone who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Good morning, Mayor Luckett and Board of Commissioners. My name is Joel Southern. I'm the CEO of Merit Health Northwest Mississippi. We've had the privilege over the last couple of weeks of becoming part of a Merit Health family, which is comprised of 12 hospitals across the state of Mississippi, all affiliates of community health systems. This gives us the ability now, we are the state's largest healthcare center in the state. As part of that, the reason we're here for today is we would like to change our signage. Actually, we're going to be changing our signage into the entrance of the building, onto the building to Merit Health Northwest Mississippi. We come before you today asking approval to erect a hospital directional sign, and I passed out some photos of what we have in mind for it to be. On the property located off the corner of Ritchie Avenue and State Street. This is across Highway 61 from Howard's Import.
The sign will be mirrored on both sides. It'll also be lighted, so it'll be able to be seen 24 hours a day. And you can see the quality of the construction, and our plans will be using local construction to be doing that. So we come before you asking approval for the
All right,
record.
we may have to couple this request with MDOT as well, if it's a 161 highway. Would it be located there?
It's on State Street.
Yeah, that's one and the same. Mr. Attorney, your comments on that?
What I would recommend is we get with the city engineer and we all get together and you say this is where you want it, then we can decide whether who has jurisdiction.
Maybe city and maybe Mississippi Department of Transportation. They do maintain 161 highway. That's good. We'll be happy to work with you is what we're saying. We just need to get the progress going forward established.
Well, can we go ahead and make a motion and pass it? And
subject to making sure we have the accurate description and it is within our jurisdiction.
All right, well, I'd like to make a motion that we'll go ahead and pass this if it is on city property, and the attorney would have the final say if it is, and if this board would go ahead and pass it and let you do it.
Seconded.
Been moved and seconded to grant permission for this signage construction. Any comments, questions, or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. While you're there, Mr. Southern, thank you for becoming a good citizen of Clarksdale and helping out at the hospital as its CEO. Ms. Mitchell, thank you for all you're doing, both the Madison Avenue planning effort that you've been involved with and other things you do for our community. We sincerely appreciate it.
Mayor, question?
It's too late for questions. We've already voted.
Well, Mayor,
Thank you,
you don't
sir.
know me as far as I can ask a question, Mayor? I mean, is that
Moving on to the next item.
Cecil and Katrina Ford.
Are they here in 5?
Okay, they're not present, I understand. All right, next, please.
John Stokes.
Mr. Stokes, present. Someone on behalf of Mr. Stokes.
There she comes.
Miss Rena,
Ms. Butler is standing in.
Miss Rena
Ms. Butler, how are you?
Butler is coming forward to the board now.
To the mayor and commissioners.
Thank you
At
for
this
appearing.
time,
You'll go
on
right
behalf
ahead.
of the Messenger family and the residents of Poplar Avenue, we are requesting that Poplar Street name be changed to Messenger Street.
Or Messenger Avenue, which one did you
We want
request?
street. We want
No,
street.
it should be Avenue.
Avenue?
We need the Avenue, that should be Avenue.
No, it should not be Avenue.
It's not.
They want street. The family wants street, Mayor.
Mr. Messenger, you want street or Avenue, Mr. Messenger?
Commissioner Moulton, I'm running the meeting, not you. Just be quiet, please.
So we,
Ma'am, I'm just making that point known because on the request form, it said Poplar Street to Messenger Avenue. I'll certainly ask for an amendment to any motion made to make sure we get it right. How does Mr. Messenger want it? That's
He
the
wants
question.
street.
Messenger Street, all right?
well, I would like to make a motion that we allow the.
And I would second that motion too.
Been moved and seconded to change the name of Poplar Street to Messenger Street. Any comments, questions, or discussion?
Doing the same thing as we did with city of
Come back with an ordinance.
With that amendment if needed.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Mr. Messenger, thank you. Your
Thank you, Mr.
family and the death of your wife certainly mean a lot to this community. You've been a true good citizen. Thank you, sir. We'll get this done. Next, please.
Dave Houston Jr.
Houston, you may take the podium.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioner. My name is Dave Houston, owner of Dooney's Barbershop here in Clarksdale. I come before this board with not 1 ounce of political interest, nor am I a pastor, black activist. I'm simply one of many citizens here that feel as though the real problems affecting Clarksdale are not being addressed. As I cut hair in my shop, I get a chance to talk to many people. And in talking to them, it comes back to 2 common denominators: black on black crime, and the youth not having anything to do. I see young black males daily, but in talking to them, no action, but in talking to them and doing nothing, it do no justice. Out of these idle minds, with no black mentors or leaders, our crime rate will continue to grow. We recognize the problem at hand. We seen the added police protection. Our city applauds you. We thanks to Chief Reed and the ones that implemented that. But be clear, we also know that it's a temporary fix for a major problem. We know that real changes are needed. Changes like jobs and Boys and Girls Clubs. It's not the youth that's the problem here alone. Our whole city is broken.
Yes.
It's known that we only unite when someone is killed with candlelit visuals and marches and at blues festival. The whole city is loving. Commissioners, our city is hurting. And some may see it as he stay over here, I stay over there, they work over here, they work over there. I ask you, our commissioners, how you took time to ask another commissioner in another commissioner's community what it is I can do better to better your community. Our taxpaying dollars pay you guys by working together. By working together, he give to help him, he give to help you, and we all give to help each other. The games are over. Politics have been played long enough. We as citizens are tired of our city being put on display to the world for nothing. A house divided shall not stand, and our whole city is divided. Our sheriff department will work with the police department. Our board is split, our church is split, and our neighborhood is split. And leadership needs to stand together and show boldness. Right now, we are watching our board, and it's looking like the real husbands of Hollywood. People from all around tune in to see what's going on in Clarksdale, and they're saying that we look like a joke at our board meeting. Vote white, vote black, really? We put a black eye on our own city. I say it's like deja vu. And we heard all the racist chants about our mayor today, day before. I seen the petition to remove Mayor Luckett. We hear all he wants is to park, us not to park our cars on grass. And we hear that all he cares about the whites. All this mess is coming. Our president inherited a nation of 8 years of Bush, and our mayor inherited a city of 20 years of Essex. So in a couple of years, he's supposed to do magic and change everything along. Wake up, people, and be very serious about this. How soon do we forget where we were? Regardless of what was spoken about President Obama, we have universal health care, we have unemployment at 5%, all major terrorists are dead or captured, and gas is under $2.30. And his Congress bucked against him. And our board sometimes bucks against our mayor. I'm asking all citizens of Clarksdale to disregard all personal attacks against our mayor and at least give him a chance to do his job as we wish our president, we wish our Congress would give our president. But the question I was sitting here to answer, is our mayor racist? I stand here, a black man, a black businessman, a black citizen of Clarksdale, Mississippi. And I tell you, no, he isn't. Our mayor has worked. Our mayor has a worker who has worked for him for nearly 35 years, Mr. Angus Harper. And I sat and talked to Mr. Harper about our mayor, and not one negative word came from his mouth. All you hear is compassion. And Mr. Harper is 92 years old. And he also has his grandsons and his sons that work for him. But is this enough? What I have to say to everybody here, disregard all the nonsense, but what I have to say to everybody, and I want this documented, and you can put it on Facebook and everything. I had my business. I worked in my barbershop by myself, and my business was struggling, and I was struggling to pay my bills. This man stepped in and he helped me. He helped me. He gave me the money to help build my business. Now we're bringing in 4 barbers, and now me and my wife moving on to start our own barber school. $14,000 that this man gave me to start my business, to buy the building and to put $4,000 into building the business where I needed to. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I don't have nothing against Mr. Seals, Mr. Plump, Mr. Moe, Mr. Moe, you know I have much love for you, and Mr. Murphy. But the shenanigans is over with. The problem at hand shall be black on black crime. We as blacks are not worried about black and white, the black and white issue. What we are worried about is getting robbed, our kids getting shot and killed, and gunned down in the street, and our TVs getting stolen out of our house. The 60s politics is over with. Stop beating the dead horse. Let's work together to save our city. There are no whites coming from their respective community pulling no drive-bys in the Brickyard, downtown, and in the rivers. It's not happening. It's not no whites that's coming over into our cities doing none of these issues. So what we need to do is unite to find a common goal that's to stop the crime so we can do better to show progress in our city. And I come today to ask my board, if don't nobody else want to do it, I come to ask you because I know the Messenger family. Their son, Erie, was one of my best friends in high school. It's much love. Now I feel that the crime should be one of the major issues instead of the shenanigans. Because what happened to Miss Messenger was senseless. Now we need to focus on crime. And if we can't do that right there, then we need to get something in progress so we can make real change here in Clarksdale. And I asked Mr. Plump, Mr. Seal, we talked, Mr. Moe, we talked, and Mr. Murphy, we met. I asked y'all, you all, if you can, if we need you guys, could you stand with us to try to implement change in our neighborhoods? And that's why I came to speak to the board.
Thank you, Mr. Houston.
Question, man? Can I have a question?
I'll take a question.
Ask one.
Listen, I appreciate you coming forward and saying all those wonderful things. You informed us how the mayor has helped you. But look at the hundreds of other minority people who need help. Well, hold on, man, hold on.
What have you done, Mr. Moe?
Well, let me back off of that. I mean, leave it alone since you don't want me to touch that.
Okay.
But there are other minority people here who need help besides you, and you're the only one he's targeted to help. And I'm with Miss Messenger. I'm with Reverend whoever out here to get these streets names in front of them. But man, the only thing I'm telling you, there are so many other of us out here who need help.
I understand.
Besides you out here, and you only want somebody who came forward in that situation.
I also spoke about Mr. Amos Harper. I spoke about his sons. I spoke about his grandsons.
And all other people too.
You had 2 minutes to speak. I got 5 minutes. Let me say what I got to say.
No, you got 30 minutes.
Okay,
you want to have 30 minutes. Go right ahead.
Give me 30 minutes. What I got to let you know is, Mr. Lucky don't even know, but my grandmother worked for Mr. Lucky's father. So it was through his father that my daddy was fed. So we can't sit here and act because we all have personal issues against Mr. Lucky that the whole black community should turn on him. Time out for the nonsense. What we need is for people, our communities, to get together to get behind the police chief, Mr. Williams, to try to have some effective change. We shouldn't be sitting up here studying, arguing about the same old thing over and over and over, black against white. That man right there don't even know me. But should I hate him? Should I hate this man? Should I hate him? I don't have nothing against not one of y'all. But what I'm saying is we need to work together to change the city. But if we keep on sitting up here doing the same old thing, that camera right there catching all this foolishness.
Let me answer one of your questions. In the last month, and I've alluded to this in some of my comments earlier, and I almost did today, but I wanted to wait to get it a little firmed up, but based on what you said, I'm going to go ahead and accelerate my comments on this. Chief Williams, Chief Reed, Chief Lindley, and I, as recent as last Wednesday, had what would have been my 3rd meeting with the FBI and with the U.S. Attorney's Office, a number of individuals. We have a lot of enforcement coming to Clarksdale soon. I don't have concrete details, but we have a major commitment we're gonna look at not only controlling crime, but also helping change some of the culture here. You mentioned about young black men not having mentors. We're working with different departments at the University of Mississippi. This is gonna be widespread, very sweeping, great, very deep.
That's great.
It's on the way. It takes time to formulate all this. Our meetings have been with as many as 10 and 12 people at a time, so your comments are timely. I'll have more to announce on that coming up soon, but that is all in the works.
That's great.
I'm also, me and my wife together, she hadn't came in yet, but we working on our own nonprofit organization called Clarksdale United. And one of the first things that we're gonna roll out is we're taking black organizations. By us building our barber school, it's not to bring in just any regular people. Our barber school is to bring in people from the street that don't have jobs, that we can school them and put them in places where they can have a job. But in Clarksdale United, we taking gangsters and we taking vice lords of different branches, and we trying to bring them together. You're taking a red flag and taking a blue flag, and both of those colors make purple. So one of the things that we're gonna try to do is, if somebody is in this neighborhood and he got on purple, that shows you that this guy is not over here on no mess, he's over there on peace. And another thing that we had the black and we had the white. And we saying that with the black and the white, black and white make gray. And we wanna work on all the gray areas in Clarksdale. Regardless if it's working on parks, streets, or whatever, we need to get together to have these things done.
Thank you very much.
Mayor, can I ask one more question? Ask one more question?
One more, if you want to answer, Mr. Houston.
Absolutely. Did you, as far as your barber shop, pay for it, or did Bill Luckett get in there and pay for it?
I pay for it.
Oh, you sure now? Because I'm gonna put those records up and point who paid for it.
Yes.
There on there. Okay, all right, no problem, no problem.
And we
Okay.
also need to know who paid for the lot that your vehicles are parked over across from your street.
What part? What?
Across from your house. Since we asked for pulling a record, we want to know about your vehicles, those big commercial vehicles that's parked across from your house.
Absolutely, Commissioner Buster Moulton paid
We're
for
gonna
it.
find out.
Okay, Mayor, if I may,
Yes, sir.
I would like to commend Mr. Houston for coming here
Yes, sir.
and sharing with us your views
Yes, sir.
on improving Clarksdale.
Yes, sir.
But I do want you to know that one of my top priorities
Yes, sir.
is getting a handle on black and black crime.
We know they talk about you a whole lot, Mr. Seals, in my barbershop. You have spoken about, they even talked about how we have the issues with the water lines over by Sass. They said you'll get out there in your boots to pull leaves and stuff out of the gutter. So if you can get out there with your boots and pull leaves out of the gutter, you'll go to bat for any one of us in here. So you're not a problem.
I want to thank you for coming.
You fine.
And saying what you say, and anything that I can do with this board, we will do, because you hit everything on the nail.
Yeah, okay, I sure
And
appreciate
we're
it.
here together.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And the next big issue that we will be bringing, you know, April Clark, who came and started the march, the next thing that me and her are putting together is a voter registration march. And with the voter registration march, that we're trying to get a lot of our blacks out, because a lot of blacks do not have IDs and they are not alerted to the point that they will have to have IDs to vote. So we will be pushing, we wrote 63 letters going out to 63 churches in Clarksdale, and we're trying to get the churches behind us to get black people able to vote, so we can get these people in, so we can make changes here in Clarksdale.
And it is free.
Thank
It
you.
is free to get a free ID.
Mr. Houston, like I told you, New Rochester that day, I'm here for you, whatever I can do.
Yes, sir, so I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Ms.
Run for commissioner.
What's next?
Sheila Houston. Sheila Houston.
This is not here. She said she probably would be here to after 5. She's leaving work, but she has petitioned to get her patents, but they have not arrived here yet.
This is,
This one.
multiple times this has come up, is it not? We have pictures of this.
Well, this is, excuse, I think it's really the second time, because we had it up for a hearing. It's in the name of the
Let's
state
take a
of
look at it, Mr.
Mississippi.
Attorney. Can I take a look at it?
And, they've got, and we
We're-
got pictures.
432 on the floor.
And it's,
432.
it's owned by the state.
Sound for me.
Owned by the state.
But Ms. Houston had come in saying she was trying to get a patent. That was several months ago. that we did that? How many, when did we?
April 13th.
April 13th, so
I don't know.
here we are.
I think she had gotten a patent once, but she.
Well, if it's owned by the
placed it,
state,
so
there's
she
no
was trying to-
enforcement action we can take anyway, is it?
Well, we could go in and
We can
demolish and clean it out.
Give notice to
Well,
the state.
I mean-
We are-
Just Ms. Mo, just a minute.
I ain't said nothing,
You're trying to interrupt. Mr. Attorney, do we have to serve notice on the state?
Well, we usually in these cases, we do give them notice, and a lot of times we'll just call them, and they'll tell us, you know, what to do as well.
Why don't
always give
why don't we
them notice.
call them, Ms. Johnson, are you back there?
Yeah.
Okay, you somewhere back there hiding, right? Anyway, let's check with the state and make sure that there is something in fact in process down there, please.
Okay.
Would you do that? And if it looks like it's coming on around, and I'd rather save a property and put it on the tax roll than tear it down and have to maintain an empty lot, so.
Could she get the grass cut in the meantime?
Well, I didn't know about this.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
thank
if
you.
it's state property, we should be cutting it right now.
They're charging the state.
Yep.
They haven't passed papers.
Okay.
What's next?
Mayor, can I say something?
Moving off that subject, but is it on that prior subject?
Absolutely, Mayor, absolutely.
What do you want to say?
Well, Mayor, I'd just like to say that we have several houses that are being torn down here in the city of Clarksdale, and these particular houses are not being replaced. And we need to have it in our heart as the board, the mayor and commissioners here, to replace these homes here, to make sure that we have other people coming into the community with new homes that are available out here. And we have Mr. Coco over here who's supposed to be getting homes for us and revitalizing our homes for us, but it's to no avail. Nothing is happening here for us. But one thing for sure, the mayor gets whatever he wants to get as far as. I'm talking on this subject now. I'm talking on this subject. The mayor is getting whatever he wants to get. The blue here in the city of Clarksdale.
Calm down, sir.
He's getting it. He's getting all these blue
I'm not-
things
may not allow
here,
you
but
to
no
speak at all.
homes for poor people in our community here.
All right, where's the sergeant at arms? You can keep your tongue about you. You asked me for permission to speak. I asked you.
Yes, sir. I'm
Was it
keeping
on-
my tongue. Yes, sir.
Please escort him out.
Yes, sir. I'm keeping my tongue.
Mr. Moat,
Mr.
you
Moat.
step out.
He asked me what I'm gonna keep my. I
Mr.
said,
Moat.
yes, sir. I'm gonna keep my tongue true, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Moulton, you need to step out now.
Hey, man, don't slam me around
All
like
right,
that.
step out.
Whoa. Oh, oh,
All right, let's move on to the next item. What's next, Ms. Clerk?
That would be 1518 MLK. This was carried over from sometime in the past. I think Ms. Stevenson had been here. What do we have down here? So bad.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
April 13th.
Yeah,
Commissioner
that-
Moat and Commissioner Seals said they would like to try to make contact.
Ms. Stevenson present or someone on her behalf here to speak?
Ms. Stevenson has been up to the office to get a repair permit for the property, and they're in the process of repairing.
Okay.
I've also heard some activity going on.
So you're satisfied, Ms. Johnson, this house is getting proper attention?
Yes.
All right, thank
It
you.
does look like the grass has been cut at least on the.
Photos on that one we can look at right quick before we move on. Yeah, that, thank you, Ms. Johnson, for working with her to get this property restored.
Okay.
Next on the agenda, please.
We have the MML that's coming up at the end of June. At that time, we always put the mayor down as the voting delegate for the, on behalf of the city. We would like to appoint a second person in case the mayor can't do it.
I'll make a motion that we put Mr. Seals down.
Second.
Thank you.
And Ms. Clark, you need to cancel my reservation, please.
Vote.
So is the motion that I'll be the delegate,
That
you
you be the
be
delegate and
backup,
Yeah.
alternate, and there's a motion and a second. Any discussion, comments, or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor. could.
Yes.
On this MLK property, are y'all satisfied that it's not a menace and want to take that off?
Have we
of-
previously declared it?
Well, you hadn't declared it a menace, but I
No, we
think
haven't.
if y'all find that it's not one today, then we'll just take it off the docket from coming up.
It looks presentable to me. You want to see it again?
I'll make a motion that we declare it not a menace and take it off the road.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Commissioner Seals, you want to see the pictures of the house?
Yeah, let me see that. I need to see it.
Up there, the yard and everything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That way we won't be bringing it back up.
We got a front view that looked more presentable a minute ago, but she's working on it real permanent on it.
I think that's a nephew.
All right, all right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. The motion carries to take it off of the property list and declare it not a menace. Next, please.
Would like to authorize Mayor Luckett to execute the construction, engineering, and inspection contract with Neil Schaefer, which is on the walking trail.
Second.
Any comments or discussion or questions on this motion to allow me to execute the construction, engineering, and inspection contract with Neil Schaefer involving the Cultural Heritage Walking Trail, which is about a 2.7 mile trail that's mostly downtown.
And that's replacing most of the
Most of the
sidewalks.
sidewalk replacement, including along MLK, I know by First Baptist Church, St. James, and along there, and then portions of downtown sidewalks. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
In your package, you'll see the sales tax report. It was down from last year, $17,534. Funds are still, that we've received are still over the budgeted amount of $36,000.
Move to knowledge.
Does that mean we're in good shape? Means we're in good shape. That's good. Good news to be in good shape. What's next, please?
Permission for Tiffany Williams to use the American Legion Park Soldiers Field for a wedding on September the 12th at 3 p.m.
So moved, Commissioner.
Seconded.
Moved that we give permission to Ms. Williams to use the American Legion Park on the Soldiers Field for a wedding on September 12, 2015 at 3 o'clock p.m. There's been a second. Any comments or discussion? Would we put our routine requirements, it'd be, I'm sure they'll take care of getting it mowed, cleaned up, probably even do some helpful landscaping for this event. You want to add those as a condition to this motion? Or just expect it, Liz?
Let's add it to it.
Added to it, second, okay with that. All right, any comments or questions in view of the amended motion that we do expect the party using this to clean up the property, both pre and post use, and do some mowing and perhaps even some landscaping? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Permission to pay miscellaneous claims.
So move.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded to pay miscellaneous claims approximately $45,000. They're on page 5 of the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. Next, please.
We're taking the first one off.
Right.
Offer employment to Michael Granger and John Clark.
So moved to offer employment.
Second.
One is a police officer trainee, other is a firefighter, all contingent on the necessary contingencies being fulfilled before final approval is met. For the police trainee, Chief Reed.
Sir, I'm here.
Oh, all right. Do you recommend that particular person for this position?
Yes, sir,
And fire, do you
Yes, sir.
recommend Mr. Clark for a position as a
Yes, sir.
firefighter? You do. With that said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries for a contingent conditional employment offer.
Would like to hire Alejandro Carrillo.
So move to hire.
Seconded.
You passed all the necessary
Yes, sir.
contingencies. Been moved and seconded to hire Mr. Alejandro Carrillo as a firefighter. Any comments, questions, or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
We had status changes for Cedric Richardson and Derek Lindsay.
So moved to acknowledge status change.
Second.
Moved and seconded to acknowledge these two status changes. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries.
And we have Vince Perkins, who would be retiring. I thought it was June.
Next 31st.
Melanie. June 30th,
June
from the
30th.
fire department.
We'll amend the agenda then to reflect June 30th instead of May 31st. Your motion to
Make
acknowledge?
a motion to acknowledge.
Second.
Moved and seconded, acknowledge termination, meaning the cessation of employment here of Vincent Perkins as a firefighter. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed say nay. Motion carried.
Just FYI, we have a reunion that's gonna be held the weekend of June 5th through the 7th. It's be, in Eastgate.
Now, will we provide porta johns and all that stuff out there for that?
They haven't asked for it.
Okay.
I think they're asking for the city to provide at least 2 portable trailers.
Is there a motion then?
Did you even know anything about it?
Yeah, I knew about the reunion, yes.
But you didn't know anything about
Right
Porta
through the
Johns
tree,
or?
no.
Well, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and add that to it.
Okay, because it's coming up prior to our next meeting, so we need to deal with this today. All right, there's a motion made, is there a second?
Second, yes.
Moved and seconded, if they require a request of porta johns, we will provide 2. And otherwise, we acknowledge Eastgate Reunion Weekend, June 5th, 6th, 7th of this year. Any further comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. The request carried.
They don't have that in their written.
Okay, if they ask, so we're covered, okay. Next, please.
City Attorney.
City Attorney.
Acknowledge a claim from Nahon Saharovich and Corey B. Trice in regard to a fender bender.
Is it insurable, is it insurable?
Yes, sir. I've already turned it over to the insurance.
So moved to acknowledge.
Moved and seconded to acknowledge this claim. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Carried.
And we've got a acknowledge a workers' comp claim filed by Heather Williams.
Move to acknowledge.
Second. Comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Carried.
That's it.
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting to the next meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn this board meeting. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Carried. You're adjourned.